For classes I take for the CUA curriculum, of course the backbone is playwriting. Each spring you have a playwriting seminar, which is you, John Klein the teacher, and your fellow playwrights of all the years, first, second, and sometimes third. And in that class you write a full-length play each semester, usually 10 pages a week, have it read by a plethora of voices and receive a plethora of opinions and feedback, and then go rewrite for the next week, and by the end of the semester, voila, before you know it, you have a full-length play. And in the fall, you also have smaller classes. Usually they vary between master classes and such things as children's theater to different kinds of storytelling. This semester we have kind of a dance theater, minimalist storytelling class, which we work with all the actors and directors in. One thing that drew me to Catholic University especially was the screenwriting and TV writing component. You have one class in screenwriting and also one in TV writing. The TV writing one, you write a full spec script and learn about writing pilots, and in the screenwriting class, you write a almost full-length screenplay. For play development at Catholic, as I mentioned, we have seminars each spring in which you bring in 10 pages a week, have them discussed by your peers, criticized, and go back and rewrite them. A big part of the play development process is really teaching you the disciplines that you need so that once you finish up here, and you do finish up, they'll let you go and you can continue your own creative growth independently. John Klein, the head of the MFA playwriting program, is a great guy, great teacher. He has written in pretty much every genre, from children's theater to historical epic, it seems, and which means that whatever you want to write when you come in, he can help you do it. He gets to know you very well, gets to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and he's big on upping the strengths and lessening the weaknesses. One thing about John that was definitely different and kind of surprised me from other writing teachers I've had is just how much he cares about the students. I feel like a lot of writing teachers you have are writers first, teachers kind of second. John always writes, but he's always there for you as a teacher. As for community at Catholic, unlike you're used to as a writer where it's just secluded in a room with just you and your computer, you can actually step outside and meet people and harbor relationships and get to know a lot of people around you, from directors to dramaturgs to actors, both undergrad and graduate. My experience here as something besides just a playwriting class was last spring. I acted a bit when I was younger. I took a part in Ubu Ra that one of the directors did with a cast of undergrads and had an amazing time. Created a lot of friendships there, and so much so that the next year when the same director was going to adapt Frogs, Aristophanes' Frogs for his own project, he asked me if I would mind adapting it for him and kind of putting my own spin on it. So I did that as a writer with a lot of the actors from Ubu Ra beforehand in the cast, and it just didn't feel like work. It was just fun the whole time, but in the end, voila, new credit for my resume and another full script done. Writing outside of the university, sometimes you kind of have to tackle together groups of friends and grandparents if you want to get your stuff read. But here, since there's an MFA acting program in Catholic, you have a ready-made troupe of actors who, as long as you're a nice person, are more or less at your beck and call to read your scripts. And this is included not just extracurricularly, if you want to take it there, but also in classes. Usually once a year you have a master class with the actors and directors in which you write and workshop scripts every single class almost, and get to see your stuff read immediately, meet new people, and get your own troupe going. One quick story that I can tell, sometimes when you want to break from writing and help out a friend and also be artistic, MFA directors have projects usually every week, and on one of them the director had to do a project about Dadaist theater, which essentially is just a theater of nonsense, a theater of shocking the audience in new and interesting ways. I don't know if he couldn't find actors or he just didn't look around enough, but he asked myself and one of my fellow playwrights to come in and help him out. And this girl and I were used to just working, side by side, writing, sweating blood together, but this was a fun time for us to be actors together. And the project included her bringing in her boyfriend to sit in the audience, and in the piece I was going to flirt with her as an actor instead of as the character, until he got so mad that he charged the stage, pushed me over, and flipped over the table. And that was supposed to shock the audience who didn't expect it. And they didn't, and they were shocked, and I was bruised and a little bloodied, but we all had a great time afterwards. And I remember that night just thinking, I never would have done this in undergrad or anywhere else I would have been in my day job. This was something that I could only have done in a grad program for theater, and I was very grateful for it.